If you ignore this, God will prevent you from receiving your miracle. Please hesitate from leaving, as you may miss a crucial message intended solely for you. This is not a joke, according to God. The primary concern is financial gain. Everything is being taken by 2 family members that you are aware of. Now please pay close attention. If the mere sight of these words makes your heart race and you suspect that this is not a random message, you must remain in this location. Please refrain from scrolling. Please refrain from turning off the device. You may miss the intended sight if you depart at this time. Money may not be the only thing that is at risk. It may be the miracle that was intended for you alone. Stay in this place. It is vital that you appreciate a critical issue. If you believe this message is for you, please leave a remark below. This is impossible. At present, the Lord desires that you remain attentive. Before it's too late, you should really open your eyes. This is a miraculous pause and wake-up call. I am abstaining from speaking with everyone. I am merely conversing with you. There is a secret operation happening. Despite the fact that you would never consider them to be bad guys, the adversary has been moving invisibly through individuals you trust the most. There are 2 people who are linked to you through blood and name. They are collaborating and are not interested in your satisfaction. They're progressively taking away the gift I gave you and the item for which you asked. They are going at a sluggish pace, but it is happening. You are aware of the emotions that this arouses, correct? Something didn't seem right. You have observed subtle changes, such as a peculiar sense of unease in your heart when specific individuals are present, frightening nightmares and abrupt changes in your financial situation. It was not merely a mental construct. Yes, that was your father sounding an alarm and whispering to you in the dark to guide your spirit to the truth. That is sufficient for the time being. I'm ensuring that my objectives are understood. This topic is not humorous. Money is the issue. 2 members of your family want to acquire everything. If this confirms your current emotions, please indicate by typing 11 in the comments section. My child, I saw what you didn't. I was able to hear the discussions without your presence. I observed as individuals relocated objects that were not theirs. I noticed that they smiled at you while secretly planning methods behind your back. However, I also observed your character. I observed your degree of conviction. I observed your confidence in me, even during challenging circumstances. That is why I am present at this time. For this reason, I am disclosing what was previously concealed. Your thoughts and the gifts I have bestowed upon you will not vanish without a sound. This device functions as your alarm clock. Not all people who appear to be family members are actually concerned for your well-being. Cain murdered his brother Abel out of rage. Joseph's siblings sold him into slavery. David was pursued by Saul, who had previously cherished him as a son. Abuse within families is not a new phenomenon. However, you are not completely alone. I have been present for the entire time. This adversary strategy will prove unsuccessful. Either you're not alone in this universe, you're not alone. The money is significant because it is not merely currency. It symbolizes the reward for your efforts, the response to your pleas, and the seed of faith you planted. You grieved about money. In order to advance, you observed a fast. You gave up stuff for those who now believe they are entitled to what I offered. However, they failed to address one essential issue. They failed to remember who provided it to you. It was not them. I was the one. Please do not take the stuff I have provided you without first receiving your consent and informing me. You've been suffering unexplained weariness, like if someone is stealing something from you. That is a conflict with the supernatural world. If the enemy can take from you without being discovered, they can easily beat you. However, I will stop immediately. I am disclosing it to the public. The spirit of authority will be repressed. Because I am more than simply your God in heaven, I will destroy the spirit of falsehoods. I am this planet's defender. Be vigilant for patterns. What do you have an excessive yearning for? Who becomes upset when you deny an offer? Who needs rapid access to your bank account, residence, or plans? Who is it that causes you to feel guilty every time you attempt to safeguard yourself? That's not affection. That is not a member of our family. That's a domineering ghost who appears to be concerned. I am granting you the ability to perceive and the fortitude to express yourself. You will not keep mute while your blessing is withdrawn. You are inching closer to your breakthrough than you realize. This message is not only meant to secure your safety, but also to prepare you. Once this information is given, I will restore what has been lost. The stuff they tried to steal will be returned to them. I will deliver an abundance of supplies to the locations where theft occurred. Nevertheless, I want you to follow my instructions. Please remember this. Don't overlook it. It is not intended to instill dread in you. It serves as an alarm. I am too loyal to you to let you go blind. If you have confidence in my capacity to protect your possessions, please indicate 222. You've been under a lot of stress because the devil predicted your positive outcomes. He attempted to prevent it by placing individuals in your vicinity. However, he did not expect you to continue to pray, believe, and wait for me. That was the obstacle to the enemy's victory. Your belief in me, your feelings, and your trust. As a result, I'm taking action right now. I'll stop the hands that plunder you. I will demonstrate to those who have been fabricating information regarding your name. I will foil any scheme to harm you. I choose you. You aren't vulnerable. You are not incompetent. You are really difficult to deceive. You are splashed with my blood. Angels keep track of your well-being. My consent has ensured your safety. There is no weapon that can cause you harm. Thieves are incapable of tricking me. I tell you that no one will be able to violate my vow. I have never and will not desert you. Thank you for reading this through weeping. If you are wondering whether I am genuinely chatting with you, the answer is yes. Please acknowledge this as proof. This is your opportunity. This is the light you couldn't explain in the darkness. You're not insane. You're not insane. You are not fabricating information. Despite the adversary's attempts to confuse you, I will now clarify the situation for you. Items that were confiscated will be returned. Items that were confiscated will be restored. Items that were defective will be rectified. However, it is critical that you remain alert. Your attention must be focused on this matter. You are responsible to protect the objects I have given you because they are sacred and you are my own. If you genuinely believe that this video is intended for you, please click the like button. This way, it can be transmitted to a larger number of people who need it. You have a clear knowledge of the steps that must be taken. This is the reason the assault originated from your residence. That is why it is not a stranger. That is why it is family. Because the adversary was unable to break you on the outside, he unleashed turmoil from within. They grabbed your hands as you extended them to offer assistance. They exploited the trust you had placed in them to gain entry. However, I observed everything, and only allowed it to continue for a short time in order to reveal their actual character. I occasionally allow the disguise to remain in place until the opportune time. It will offer you with complete protection till the time comes when it is removed. The moment has arrived. Remove your covers. Refrain from providing justifications. Please do not delay any longer. I am going to reveal their genuine selves to you and resolve the matter independently. To indicate your belief that God is advocating for you, say the number 333. The reality shouldn't surprise you. Don't be surprised if those you defended begin to withdraw. That is not a form of condemnation. This is a message. This means eliminating bad people from your life so that they do not drain you. I am not merely informing you of this to alleviate your distress. I'm doing it to help you recuperate from your protracted crying. I'm ending this season because of the huge amount of misery you've faced. I saw you donate when you were very low on dollars. I noticed how kind you were toward people who did not always reciprocate. Behind closed doors, I saw your heart crumble. I've thoroughly documented every rip. I was interested in your tranquility, while they were interested in your money. I am currently distributing tranquility. I will restore your tranquility. I am restoring your self-assurance. When you know you're safe with me, you have more courage. There is no need for concern regarding this matter. You no longer need to conjecture about who is actually on your side. I'll demonstrate. I will ensure that there are no ambiguities. This battle does not necessitate the use of individuals. Keep your rage in check. Swearing at them at this point is improper. It is not the appropriate time to express anger at this time. It is now imperative to exercise prudence, maintain composure, and investigate the potential of the Lord to rescue you. I am going to do something that no lawyer, debate, or retaliation could ever do. I will restore the items that were removed. However, I will defend your essence. I emphasize your well-being over your finances. I am concerned about the state of your spirit. It is agonizing, and I understand this. Betrayal is an inevitable occurrence. However, this anguish provides us with fortitude. Your emotions express the reality. Things become clear after a sad event. I am currently conversing with you in order to prepare you for the subsequent phase of your journey. One in which there are no longer any concealed hazards in your vicinity, but rather individuals whom I have dispatched. This suffering is not a form of retribution. It's prepping you. Furthermore, those who imagined they could seize your destiny have simply helped you uncover your true purpose. If you believe God is improving your situation, please enter 555. You should not beg for the stuff I offered. There is no reason for individuals to quarrel over table leftovers. I did not instruct you to sit at the table. You are the monarch. You're mine. You bore no remorse when I clothed you. I told you to stand up, not withdraw. In order to preserve tranquility, you have maintained your silence. However, I am giving you the courage to speak the truth, establish boundaries, and decline without fear, as you have been selected, and those who have been selected do not yield to manipulation. They tried to keep your obedience through regret, family history, and obligations. However, I have severed all of your spiritual connections. You have been liberated, and those who previously profited from your reluctance will be agitated. Allow it to happen. Permit them to converse. Allow them to modify your identity. I will advocate for you. I will remove your identify. Individuals who previously disparaged you will now witness your accomplishments. I set up a table for you in the presence of your adversaries, not following their departure. They will not make physical contact. Instead, they will observe. This pertains to considerably more than that. Today's focus is not solely on money. It pertains to your legacy. It refers to my aspirations for you. Your obedience will have a long-term influence. Your family will be blessed with great riches. This is the reason the adversary pursued it at this time, prior to its dissemination, expansion, and assistance to others. However, he arrived late because you understood, observed, and comprehended the scenario. What has been revealed cannot be concealed again. You will begin to experience an improvement in your condition within a few days. That's not an error. That is the significant load that is departing. I'm stopping bad impulses from accessing your consciousness. This is why your inner understanding is becoming more evident. It will become apparent what was causing you difficulty. What once caused you distress will no longer be able to do so. What I demonstrate is not the only issue. I am liberating you from it totally and completely. You will no longer have to be concerned about the actions of others that are occurring behind your back. The door is closed. You may feel a sense of loss, but you are actually receiving much more. You are developing increased clarity, fortitude, safety, and knowledge. I am becoming yours, and nothing genuinely meaningful ever leaves me. I am God, and I am responsible for resolving issues. I am God, and I will protect you. You are not permitted to converse with lions because I am the God who came before you. I am dedicated to my previous statements about your future. I continue to own the graphics I created for you. I have regularly kept track of your activities. Not while you were alone. Not when a person made a mistake. It was unjust when individuals exploited you. I was present. I was monitoring your welfare. I was prepared to tell you the truth as soon as your heart was ready. It is now that time, so please listen. You're not left to your own devices. We have not forgotten about you, and I will use the intentions of those who tried to harm you to your advantage. Is it feasible that your incapacity to pay your expenses is related to your cognitive abilities? The answer has been affirmatively stated by scientists. This is why I am spotlighting the most gloomy areas. As a result of this, I am currently cleaning my home. That is why I am contacting you in an effort to clarify my intentions and advance toward your objective. Afterward, you will emerge more powerful, intelligent, secure, and sanctified, and no one will be able to take away the gifts I have freely bestowed upon you. His attack is concealed by individuals in your vicinity, which exacerbates its severity. In this case, the attack was carried out by 2 members of your own family. It is not owing to any wrongdoing on your side, but rather to your high admiration for something. The enemy is also enraged by the fact that honest individuals, such as yourself, maintain their possessions that God has bestowed upon them. They believed they were intelligent. They had not anticipated that you would discover the information. However, I understand what you do not. They did not simply take what was yours. They sought to seize a sacred object that I had given you as a symbol of appreciation for your diligent efforts. I was devising a holy move that could not be undone, as they chuckled behind closed doors, in addition to a response. You'll see for yourself how I recover what was stolen. You will see how I attain justice in ways that others cannot. If you feel God is already taking the right course of action for you, please enter 122. I have an inquiry for you. Since when do you believe that the adversary has been exerting such effort to prevent you from concentrating? What is the cause of your excessive exhaustion, unhappiness, and worry in places where you used to feel calm? This is not an accident. It's a methodical assault. His objective was to exhaust you to the extent that you were unable to resist. However, I must tell you the truth. You were not forced to lie down and surrender the gift I had bestowed upon you. I compelled you to stand. You were given the fortitude to succeed. Indeed, I am fortifying you in spite of their efforts to undermine you. Individuals listening to this are experiencing significant chest ache as well as abdominal constriction. It is not dread. This is a revelation. That sounds like your essence is awakening. That is my way of alerting you about the emotions you have previously felt in secret. I have previously communicated with you in a more subtle manner. However, I am now disclosing the information to you directly. You are not fabricating information. This is a spiritual conflict, and I am protecting you from God. I did not miss any facts. No stolen thing, discussion, or plan has been disguised, and all items hidden will be revealed. The transition has already begun. I'm defying their intentions. I am causing the enemy's garrison to become perplexed. Individuals that sought to undermine your trust will eventually succumb to the trap they have set. I will protect you. I am your refuge. In addition, I am resolute in my efforts to protect my children. In the coming days and weeks, the situation will become clearer. There is no need for alarm. You should not be motivated to act by fear. This is part of my job obligations. I am currently demonstrating what I promised. This is the right time for me to take action. It's not the prior year or the next month. It is now as you commence a new season. One in which I enhance the gift I have bestowed upon you. However, that multiplication is impossible provided that the incorrect individuals continue to have access to you. The harvest will be damaged if I let it grow while they are still present. I am ending our relationship not to damage you, but to fulfill our commitment. I am convinced that no one will disturb the arrangements I have made for you. If you believe God is ensuring your safety during the upcoming season, please enter the number 777. Pay close attention. You are not obligated to make any comments. It is needless to encourage others to be kind to you. That period has concluded. While you were a member of those groups, your value was ignored, your generosity was exploited, and your worth was questioned. You aren't vulnerable. You've been selected. My name protects you, and no one can reverse it. It is critical that you contemplate the danger of losing everything in case you leave. Nonetheless, be cautious. I am about to provide you with an amount that is not even remotely comparable to what you are currently losing. The things you give up in obedience will be replaced by abundance, and the peace I am about to bestow will cause you to reconsider your decision to stay in close proximity to certain people for an extended term. This season, the emphasis is not on physical exercise. The goal is to increase one's spiritual consciousness. It requires projecting confidence when walking. It pertains to safeguarding the items I provided you with without expressing regret. You were contacted by someone. You've been identified. Naturally, this requires accountability, but it also provides divine protection. This implies that I will safeguard your reputation in the event that someone attempts to damage it. When they attempt to seize your money, I provide them with what they need in unexpected ways. No one can close the doors I open when they attempt to halt your good fortune. I am not inhibited by their greed. I am not bound to follow their schemes. I shall fulfill my commitments throughout your life. When the matter is resolved, you will notice that this was my identity. I had to relinquish certain items. Some people have to fall in order for you to ascend without being obstructed. It was not intended that you bring everyone with you. There are individuals who were intended to be in your presence for a brief period. What I provided you with was never intended for specific individuals. You will be grateful that I attended to those who have left. It will be readily obvious. I acted with kindness. You will excel as a result of this, not merely surviving it. Items that were confiscated will be returned. However, your recovery will leave you more clever, robust, and whole. It will transform you into a person who can only be seen through suffering. The genuine restitution begins at that point. It is not only the financial side that is important. It's my presence, peace, and safety. There is no need to be concerned because no attempt to harm you will succeed. Nobody only observes you, they protect you. You have been summoned, but you are also prepared. The future that awaiting you will outweigh the loss you have experienced. I am God, and I never initiate a task that I fail to complete. He tried to stop me from continuing, but I was in your company the entire time. It was unavoidable, and I explained to them how far it could go. I was the one who held your heart when it was broken, and now I'll mend it. They assumed they were in command, but I am always in charge. This isn't the conclusion. It marks the start of a tremendous advancement that people will be grateful for in the future. You did not simply endure the narrative. They were unaware that your survival had set them up to be discovered. The people who tried to steal your property will now be known to everyone. Not by your acts, but by my own. You can be certain that I am conveying the correct meaning when I relocate. When I seek the truth, it appears. Enter the number 999 to commit to the truth that God is revealing. I would like you to understand this. They did not cause you to break with the amount of money they took. It seemed as though it could, but it did not. The difficulty stemmed from more than just the loss. It dawned on you that the people you thought were on your side were never actually present. That is exceedingly unpleasant. Yet, I purposefully inflicted it on you. I merely presented you with the truth. I was demonstrating how to increase your capacity to hear me. I was distinguishing between genuine and counterfeit products. The only individuals who are genuinely faithful are able to follow me to the next destination. The antagonist intended to provoke you into rage. He wished for you to feel angry. He desired for you to fortify your heart in order to prevent you from receiving his blessings once more. However, you didn't. You continued to select me. Nonetheless, you returned to worshiping. You continued to raise your hands as a sign of submission. As a result, I now respect you. This is why I am present to provide you with more than you previously had, in addition to preventing the larceny. It is now time to reassemble the items. You are being compensated in ways that are beyond their comprehension. You may be feeling isolated right now, as if no one fully understands the depths of your pain. However, I understand the situation. I've been by your side during the entire procedure. I observed that you were compelled to maintain a smile despite the fact that your heart was shattering. I watched your decision to favor the safety of others even while they were causing you damage. I'm aware that it was painful. However, I am aware that you have consistently expressed faith in me. Your faith will cause great things to happen in your life. I do not merely rectify issues. I, in fact, ascend. I do not simply substitute, rather I supplement it. I will clean whatever they have touched. I will return the objects to their original order. I shall rebuild the artifacts they attempted to destroy so that no one or nothing can disturb them again. Upon the conclusion of this endeavor, you will be more intelligent, more robust, and associated with the appropriate individuals. This time, the people in your neighborhood will not drain you. You will feel better. Type 7hen if you believe God is lifting you beyond all lies and deceptions. I would like to address a matter. I preferred you because I chose you, not because of them. They were never the source, rather I was. I was the reason you did well, not they. I am now going to show them and you that no one can take away what I have provided. There is no conspiracy, lie, or betrayal that can undermine my control over your existence. I prepared the blessing prior to the battle and safeguarded it throughout the tempest. The money they intended to steal was linked to more than simply your wallet. It was relevant to your mission or vocation, which was the work you were doing to help others. The enemy attempted to impede that. However, I will not allow a small group of self-centered people to destroy the mission I have given on you. I am warning any predator that has approached your field. You will receive the exact amount of money you invested, and the harvest will not be delayed. You're about to reach a new level of comprehension. What I'm doing is increasing your knowledge of things. You will never be fooled again. I am cultivating your spirit to comprehend the intentions of others, to perceive beyond the superficial, and to proceed with courage and discernment. Do not tolerate objects that were not meant for your ownership. Immediately cease to tolerate conduct that causes you distress. To align with me, everything that is not in alignment will be removed. There is no reason to be concerned about the subsequent events. That is my occupation. You are responsible for maintaining an intimate relationship with me. Avoid letting your emotions become polluted. Persist in your prayers. Avoid physical altercation. I shall conclude. I am going to open new doors. Resources will be transferred. I will regain your trust. I will also give you with people who will love you unconditionally and without hidden motivations. Your future will be unaffected by this betrayal. I shall by my grace. Some of you have been apprehensive about confronting the situation. You didn't say anything since you didn't want the situation to get worse. There is no longer any alternative but to remain silent. I'm supplying you with the essential knowledge and language. And when I say speak, I mean it. Please keep silent when I direct you to do so. Allow me to guide you. I am giving you directions, not removing you. You are interested in understanding the reason for the extended duration of the situation. However, child, I was protecting your blessing by informing them of their activities. If I had terminated prematurely, you would have been unaware of their genuine identities. However, now that you've noticed, and your spirit is aware of the truth, I have the potential to perform a complete turnaround. In addition, I shall act quickly, immediately, and totally. I do not delay the actions that are intended for the individuals I select. You are no longer compelled to feel remorse. The broken items are those that require repair. It is not within your power to heal their spirits. It is unnecessary for you to transport that item. You are being told to go ahead, save what you can, and trust me with the rest. All of the difficult tasks will fall under my responsibility. I will ensure that the correction is made. It will not occur again. It will not occur again. You will not be ensnared in emotional illusions that appear to be loyalties. I am currently in the process of removing all of the negative links. Freedom is yours, and heaven will protect it. The agony will pass, but the strength it offers and the upcoming great improvements will last. Monitor my progress in resolving this issue. Observe how I make something aesthetically attractive out of something that was meant to harm you. Examine how I demonstrated that you were never alone. It is unacceptable for you to silently destroy the items I provide you with. You wept. You have been inquisitive. You have been silent for an excessive amount of time. I, the Lord your God, am now in command. You are not necessary to fight for your assets, since I have already declared them to be secure. It is unnecessary for you to uncover anyone because I have already revealed the truth. I am removing the layers. I'm going to clarify the situation for you. The situation will gradually become more comprehensible without your intervention. It is impossible. That's my forearm. That is how my judgment and generosity operate. They will know that my support for your life was never based on their opinions. If you believe that God is already assisting you, you should type Huen Fin Hue Fin. I'd like to address the emotional suffering you're experiencing right now. I understand that it is personal, as it was a personal event. You never expected them to betray you, as they were your peers and family. That is why I told you not to have faith in individuals. People are capable of simultaneously smiling and formulating plans. They may refer to you as family, but they still plan to weaken your sanction. I'm not telling you this to provoke you. I am informing you in order to prevent individuals from entering who are solely interested in exploiting your benediction and failing to ensure its security. A new chapter is on the way, and it will be very different from the previous one. You will not be assaulted again. Being fooled will not lead you to crumble. The fear will not remain in its current state. I am sterilizing your existence. It's time for heavenly order. The areas they have touched are improving. The respect they sought to coerce is being returned to them. They thought your heart was frail. Nonetheless, your heart attracted me. I will respect your kindness, even if you had every right to be unkind. My God, why does this keep happening to me? You have made 1,000,000 questions about me. When did the individuals I cherish the most cause me harm? I'll now react to your inquiry. This is due to the importance of your essence. The call on your existence is significant. They couldn't understand the objects you were carrying, so instead of ensuring their safety, they tried to withhold them. However, I am not the one accountable. Grace, compassion, and freedom can do this. And my spirit is free, not controlled, remorseful, or confused. You were intended to accomplish more than this. Unfortunately, this is the source of your current mental turmoil. This is why you felt an increased push from the spirit world. I've been advising you to improve your performance, rise above the chaos, and avoid activities that make you feel gloomy and lethargic. You're no longer trapped in such behaviors. You are not bound by the past. I am breaking the bonds that have slowed your progress. I am removing those who were obstructing the advancement of your forthcoming season. It will be painful, but it will also liberate you. Type Tseen Win Seen if you are willing to wander freely and safely under God's protection. Avoid wasting your time trying to explain your heart to people who are already oblivious of it. Allow them to communicate. They have the ability to alter the narrative. I will inform you of the truth in a way that will better protect you than any statement you could make. The truth about you will be more convincing than their lies. Your tranquility will prove that you are correct. Your life will demonstrate that you are a servant of a God who never abandons his offspring. Please pay close attention to my words. Avoid self-blame. Stop thinking about the potential changes you could have made and go on with your life. You distributed with affection. Your assistance was well intended. Your confidence came from a real heart. That is not indicative of weakness. That is the definition of fortitude. You were never in error. They were being guided by the Spirit, which is now widely recognized. The incantation is no longer operational. There is no longer any ambiguity. You can now see well. You have now gained the insight to depart. I am in the process of delivering the necessary persons to you. Individuals who will replenish you rather than deplete you. Individuals who are worried about the contents of your heart and the items you own. Individuals who will protect the resources I've supplied you with. You are surrounded by buyers. I'd like to send the givers at this time. You understand the experience of being duped. You are now aware of the feeling of being valued, nurtured, and admired. You are currently embarking on a new season. I am not simply returning the goods they stole. I'm replacing it with an upgraded version. For every dollar lost, I will give you a cause to keep living. I will present the truth for any lie that is spread. I will bring you joy in the morning for each night that you wept in solitude. They will watch you advance, not out of a sense of superiority, but because you have a plan to keep the peace, rather than pursue revenge. For the simple reason that this is the method by which I assist my children. Now is not the time to hide in truth, fortitude, or grace. Silence is not suitable at this point. Kindly elevate your voice. I am improving your quality of life. I'm in the process of establishing your procedures. You will demonstrate courage as you move forward. Smart statements will be made by you. You will lead a fulfilling life. And no scheme, betrayal, or financial attack will be able to stop what I've stated about you. Not at this time. Never. That's me, your God, intervening to rectify the situation. I'm eradicating any signs of dishonesty. I'm removing all things in your environment that have tried to undermine you. You gave up your personal convenience in order to keep order. However, it is critical that you listen to this information correctly. In no way did I request that you assume responsibility for the actions of others that caused you harm. You were not responsible for that. Trusting wasn't a mistake. Giving didn't cause you to fail. You didn't falter because you believed in others. You showed your affection for me by following me on my walk. I'm now displaying my respect by reducing the burden they left behind. Press, amen, to allow God to carry what you were never intended to carry. They had not anticipated that you would discover the information. They were confident that their actions would remain undisclosed. Nonetheless, I can view everything. I do not live in the heavens. I will not remain silent during your disasters. I was present, even though you did not notice me. I was there to keep you safe, even when you felt vulnerable. I spoke despite the fact that the noise in front of you was difficult to hear. I am going to inform you of a fact that I have always known. Your heart is prepared. You were not designed to be utilized. It was not intended for people to walk over you, deplete you, and trash you. I made you for a special reason. I treated you nicely before anyone ever called you by name. Additionally, I refrained from fleeing when they were unkind to you. I remained. I got you covered. I advocated for you. I anticipated this moment to liberate you, not to harm their character. For all that was gradually being eroded, such as your money, your peace of mind, your contentment, and your trust. Do not be surprised if long-closed doors begin to open. That is me clearing a way that the adversary had attempted to block. I am returning the money that was delayed, as they did not simply take it. They attempted to take your advancement. However, I'm returning it. This time it won't be slow. It will arrive promptly. You will start to receive favor in unexpected places. It is hard to avoid the excellent things that will come your way, even in unexpected places. It can only be postponed. There is no longer any time to delay. Type 111. If you believe that waiting is causing you to have a horrible day, there will be no doubt about my working approach in the future. It was not solely the uncertainties that others harbored regarding you. You began to mistrust yourself as well. You considered the chance that you were mistaken. It is possible that your response was excessive. It is possible that you were at fault. However, that fiction is currently being removed from your possession. You were correct in your assessment of the changes that had occurred. It was not entirely your imagination. You could feel it in your spirit as I was telling you about it. These sentiments did not indicate anxiety. It was spiritual comprehension. The restlessness was not a sign of bewilderment. My spirit was the motivating force. You were aware that something was wrong. You now understand the reasoning. I make sure that my children do not get blindness. I always provide you with the minimum amount of information necessary to ensure your safety. You were aware of the symptoms. Throughout, you stayed at my side. I am now going to incentivize your obedience. It is not as if these people merely crossed your way. They made a mistake in respect to me. I am responsible for my own well-being. I am able to recognize when an activity is unjust. I'm not immune to pain. What was taken from you will not remain in the possession of the incorrect individuals. They have the option to alter their behavior or not. However, an apology does not imply forgiveness. I am willing to forgive them because I am neutral, not because they have finally admitted their mistake. I'll return the goods you lost to you because I'm your father, not because they claimed responsibility. You have matured at this difficult time. You can now hear me better. You are increasingly cognizant of the individuals who deplete you and those who nourish you. Individuals that cheer you on when you succeed but don't say anything when you win. This understanding will keep you secure in the years ahead. You will not be required to apologize because you are aware of the truth. You will no longer feel remorse for setting boundaries. You will no longer question the indications I present. You are not angry. Judging is an area in which you excel. You are not the only individual. You are not needed to handle this situation individually. I'm present for all of your discussions, decisions, and transformations. 2 steps in front of you, 2 steps behind you. I am in the process of making arrangements. Distractions are being eliminated. Individuals who were once capable of denigrating you are now unable to do so. There is no need for you to defend yourself, as I have already won. Certain relationships may conclude. Over time, certain connections may become less robust. However, please do not be discouraged by the items that I remove. I never buy something without justification. Additionally, I never extract without meaning to increase the quantity. Although your circle may decrease, the harm you inflict will become more severe. It may grow more constrictive, but you will have a better sense of your destination. You will no longer tolerate situations that you previously rationalized. You will no longer be with a person. You understand that peace is currently more important than having intimate relationships with specific people. I'm now engaged in the following activities. I am a source of peace for you. Not only in your mind, but also in your house, your finances, and your character. Stop being so stressed out. You will no longer awaken in survival mode. You no longer have to make assumptions about who is on your side versus who is against you. I will ensure that the matter is understood. I will let you relax. I will soothe your spirit, and indeed, the blessing will arrive. Beyond that, you will be restored to a condition of equilibrium, as the gift I offer is more than just cash. It embodies power, clarity, individuality, and healing. Furthermore, you are currently traveling the entire thing. The truth has been exposed, and you are no longer constrained by any limitations. The person who possesses the constellations will protect your future. Yet I was able to perceive their souls despite your inability to do so. I am currently concluding the silence. I am assuming your position with both ease and fortitude. Your story does not end at this moment. The leaf is turned at this point. At this point, modifications begin. Not with your hands, but with mine. You will not have to plead. You will not. If you ignore this, God will prevent you from receiving your miracle. Please hesitate from leaving, as you may miss a crucial message intended solely for you. This is not a joke, according to God. The primary concern is financial gain. Everything is being taken by 2 family members that you are aware of. Now please pay close attention. If the mere sight of these words makes your heart race and you suspect that this is not a random message, you must remain in this location. Please refrain from scrolling. Please refrain from turning off the device. You may miss the intended sight if you depart at this time. Money may not be the only thing that is at risk. It may be the miracle that was intended for you alone. Stay in this place. It is vital that you appreciate a critical issue. If you believe this message is for you, please leave a remark below. This is impossible. At present, the Lord desires that you remain attentive. Before it's too late, you should really open your eyes. This is a miraculous pause and wake-up call. I am abstaining from speaking with everyone. I am merely conversing with you. There is a secret operation happening. Despite the fact that you would never consider them to be bad guys, the adversary has been moving invisibly through individuals you trust the most. There are 2 people who are linked to you through blood and name. They are collaborating and are not interested in your satisfaction. They're progressively taking away the gift I gave you and the item for which you asked. They are going at a sluggish pace, but it is happening. You are aware of the emotions that this arouses, correct? Something didn't seem right. You have observed subtle changes, such as a peculiar sense of unease in your heart when specific individuals are present, frightening nightmares and abrupt changes in your financial situation. It was not merely a mental construct. Yes, that was your father sounding an alarm and whispering to you in the dark to guide your spirit to the truth. That is sufficient for the time being. God is begging for a moment. This message is for you if you are presently listening. Please wait just 1 minute. I am requesting only a minute of your time, yet this minute has the ability to change your entire existence. I tell you that if you are patient and follow my instructions, your tears will stop. Your requests will begin to receive responses. Your evenings will be spent peacefully once more. This is the summons from God. This is the remedy to the yearning that comes from your soul. Jesus Christ wishes to communicate with you. And if you close your eyes for 1 minute and listen to this message, every sorrow, wound, broken hope, and everything will become a miracle. Do you feel fatigued? Are you inwardly fractured? Do you believe there will be no changes at this time? Then today, Christ declares, I have arrived, and I have come to gather your tears in my palm. Today, God has opened all of its doors for you. The previously closed locks will be reopened. Aspirations that were unfulfilled will be realized. You're not alone. Your heart is very close to the power that is currently located above the sky. In just 1 minute, you'll be transported to another dimension. Have confidence. Have faith, since Jesus Christ states that the individual who believes in me will never be vanquished. Jesus was with you during the night's silence, when you were weeping, when no one was present, and when everyone turned away. Today, he tells his kid, "You are no longer required to weep. You are currently on my knee." Your every setback will be turned into an outright victory. I will provide you an amount that is much higher than what you have lost. Please let me 1 minute to demonstrate my abilities. You are my most beautiful creation. You are the lamp that darkness cannot extinguish. The atmosphere has made you a promise. Do not be concerned at this time. I am by your side. You are currently immersed with heavenly energy that is only available to the selected. Your viewing of this film is not an accident. It is a telephone call. It's a moment of realization. God has beckoned you to this sacred signal, and you are now prepared, ready for a new beginning. To live a life in which suffering is a distant memory and each day is filled with happiness, prosperity, and marvels. Now is the time to awaken, pray, and let the radiance wash over you. Say one line with me, then close your eyes and take a deep breath. I am devastated, Jesus. I am yours, so I must be taken care of. I adopt you. Do not think about anything right now. Instead, stay with me for 1 minute and see how God unlocks each door in your life. The process by which your heart can restore its ability to beam. The item you sought is now in your possession. That response, that relief, that bliss. It was sent to you today by God. You have been chosen, if you are still listening. Nothing can make you down anymore. The turmoil in your life will now subside. The previously closed doors will now begin to open independently. You are not alone as of now. Jesus will accompany you at every turn. As a result, each sorrow and suffering will be changed into a benefit for you. This message is only for you, since God is aware of the suffering your soul has experienced, despite the fact that there are millions of people in the world. God is aware of the amount of nights you have spent sobbing, but this is not the end. Rather, it is the beginning. The divine with whom you are about to establish contact is communicating a single message to you. Simply embrace me, and then see how far you ascend. A single minute can turn into the most holy moments of your life, and you are currently experiencing a vibration, energy, and miracle. Your hair is standing on edge because of Christ's presence. The sound of your tears has reached the skies. The ordeal you have been through is nothing short of amazing. You are unaware that every exhalation is recorded in the court of heaven. A holy soul was present when you felt isolated in a dark chamber, shattered and without anybody to care for you. It was Jesus Christ who was seated next to you. Son, I have never abandoned you. I am present. You thought no one was speaking to you, but the voice coming from within you was Christ's. What you once thought was your last hope has now become your new beginning. Christ is telling you, son, that I have now entered your life. There is an end to the pain you have endured. I've come to absorb your complete anguish within my heart. You will no longer be at risk of falling because you are currently in my grasp. Give me a minute, just a minute, and see how I change the colors of your life. how I turn each wound into a beautiful glow. My serenity will now be your blessing, and your suffering will become mine. I've arrived to return the sum you've lost by increasing it by 100. In my eyes, you are now the most valuable, and your tears have turned into pearls. Please, God, care for this soul and make it your own. Come into your life and bring peace that the world cannot supply. Have you ever had the impression that an invisible power inside you communicates with you on a daily basis? That power is God Himself, and it seeks to live in your heart. You are not the one that is dissolving. The old darkness is emerging. Christ informs you now that my radiance is within you. The longer you searched for it outside, the more you lost it within. The door to your time is now open. God is now ready to descend inside you. The moment you were waiting for has finally arrived within you. God's plan is currently unfolding, and you are its center point. You've been selected. Your thinking will now be influenced by the words you use. At this point, God will address us. Your sight will reflect the future, illuminating your actions. Every time you tumble, you will hear a voice inside of you. I am currently employed by your organization. Do not be concerned. The voice is that of Christ. He has penetrated your body. The environment will now communicate with you anytime you pray. When you cry right now, the clouds will rain. The flowers will bloom when you smile, and God will bow down when you walk. You are not the same as you were yesterday. You are now the source of illumination. You're a heavenly infant. Do you realize that God is aware of your name? Presently, decisions are being made on your behalf. You are being presented with opportunities that you had not previously explored. Your spirit's appeal has been answered, and miracles will now take place in your honor. Each harm you received has been taken into consideration. Every time you were neglected, every time you broke down, and every time you hid your tears under the pillow, it was all documented in a lovely book. Now that book has been opened. Jesus Christ has vowed to elevate you, take you to new heights, and transfer you to a realm beyond your conception. Right now, your identification will be the topic of conversation. When people talk about you, they'll refer to you as the same person God touched and Christ raised with His hands, and whose story will now serve as an example. You are the person who has fallen multiple times, yet you will now stand in a way that will be admired for generations, as heaven is writing the story of your life. Each tear you cry will now be as radiant as a priceless pearl in your life. You will now receive 1,000-fold return on the property you lost, rather than just 2-fold. Your consciousness will be in accord with God. Christ says, "You are now mine, and no door is closed for the one who is mine." In your name, miracles will happen. Your prayers will now act as an echo of God, and the souls will know who you are. Since you are no longer alone, every moment will be beneficial to you. You are accompanied by God Himself. Have you ever felt this sensation? It's as if time has stopped, as if everything has vanished, leaving only you, your breath, your dreams, and your ultimate goal. The moment has arrived when time ceases to exist for you. God has noticed your sorrow and heard your plea, and it has brought an end to a particular moment for you. A heavenly opportunity that will change the trajectory of your life. This is the period when God is swinging in your favor. The elements are blowing in your favor, and the time that was before against you has begun to turn in your favor. I am the master of time, as Jesus Christ promised, and I will manipulate it for you. The path you'll take will now be decked with blossoms. God's brilliance will be there wherever you stop. Whatever you say will be fulfilled. As you continue to wait, time awaits you. The road for which you have been waiting is now calling to you. Every moment of sorrow you've experienced will now be turned into a benefit for you. God's clock has now stopped for you, and this is a sign that you are special. As a result, every minute you previously spent in tears will suddenly be filled with joy for you. The Almighty has given you a blessing. As you ascend, time will submit to you. When you speak, the quiet will become an echo. The earth will bend down in tribute to you as you go, since you are no longer just a person. You are now the star of God whose brightness can stop the flow of time. Your time is now at your disposal. Currently, you are in charge of the situation. And now you're about to embody the mission for which you were sent to earth. You predict the consequence of my single supplication. However, when your heart prays with genuine faith, the entire world is transformed, not just the earth's waves. And the time has come when your single real prayer will change the map of God. You can no longer be disregarded by anyone. As a result of the unleashing of that power within you, no one can ignore your call, as it has the ability to sway souls. Your solitary appeal will make the sky quake. Angels will answer your solitary supplication. Jesus Christ promises, "When you call with a sincere heart, I will personally come to you on foot." Every call you make is extremely important to me. And when you say, "God, help me," I go beyond God's borders to serve you. You are now the force that can unlock doors with your requests. You are now the soul capable of opening the route to paradise, not just for yourself, but also for others. Simply raising your hands will consume the darkness with the fire contained in your supplication. Your words have an echo, compelling the quiet to convey. Even the most bleak existence can be lighted by the flame in your emotions. Each breakdown grew into a prayer. Each tear you cried was written in the book of God in golden characters. Those letters are currently being used to build your future narrative. Your conversation is no longer confined to only words. You are having a conversation with God. You are no longer engaged in prayer. You are presently crafting your own destiny. Your little prayer can now calm the storm. Now your solo prayer has the power to open doors. Your single prayer has the potential to alter God's map. Please do not stop at this time. Pray with sincerity, as God anticipates your requests. The entire creation will yield to your speech. This is the final message, the final illumination that will allow you to view your visage in its most naked, truthful, and pure form. This is when your emotions will accept God's word immediately. The final night of your life has passed. You're on the edge of becoming the morning. I have come for every soul who called me in the dark, who broke but still remained connected to me, who fell but still looked toward me, declared the Almighty. Right now, this is my final message. Please pay carefully, as the world will change as a result of this. You are unable to see the radiance within yourself. Your tears veiled it, your failures repressed it, and others' taunts destroyed it, but that light is now ready to shine. I am noticing it, and I am now arousing it in you. You previously thought you were meaningless. I believe that you are everything that matters. You are the seed that will sprout into a banyan tree. You are the vibration that creates new heartbeats. What was once lost can now be recovered. The object that was taken from you will be returned to you 100 times over. Those who abandoned you will now regret their decision, for I, your Lord, have come to reunite you. You will be as lovely as you were before the injury. You will be just as lovely as you were when you were alone. You will now be as cherished as you were in the previous location where no one supported you. You will now be lifted. Stop bearing the consequences of your mistakes right away. I'm aware of your actions and have already forgiven you. Allow yourself to absolve yourself now that you've embraced yourself. I'll only then plunge into you. You are perfect because I am present in you. You are no longer separate from me, thus you must have a new birth. The word helpless that was previously associated with your name has been removed. Your name will unlock the gates to paradise. I've integrated your identity with mine, so souls will now awaken with your name. God will listen to you when you speak. When you walk and mourn, the earth stops moving. Heaven will shake as a result of our alliance. Now, be free of the things that have hurt you. Allow yourself to release the relationships that have harmed you. This is the time to abandon the past and embrace the future. I'm leading you down a new path. You will never feel suffering again in this new life, for I am now your defender. I will now be your pillar of support, ensuring that you do not fall. You will not deviate from your course while I am present. Your name has been announced. The angels have been commanded to set up camp near you. The shower of blessings has begun. Blessings will now stream forth from all aspects of your life. This is the moment you've been waiting for years. This is the moment that was created before you were born. It is now time for you to see the realization of your destiny. Immediately rise. You have received enough sleep. It is enough for you to stop. Proceed, as you are no longer just a man. I now consider you my word. I now regard you to be my strategist. You are now the trigger for the transformation of many lives. I'm alerting you about this. Look into my eyes. I have chosen you since the beginning of time. You are the person who is closest to my heart. Speak now, and God will follow. Heaven will grant your desire. Now have faith. God will react. This is the final divine message. Now, become the person for whom you were sent to this earth. From now till eternity, I am by your side. If this message is connected with you, please leave a comment below. I'm prepared, Lord. I will not give up at this time. Share this holy word with everyone who is broken, since the time has come for light to enter every dark heart. God adores you. He is now ready to live in your home. Your words are not lost forever as of today. Whatever you say will guide God in the same way that a command does. All of your thoughts, feelings, and desires have been changed into the power to create. When you say, "Let there be light in my life," the sacrificial lamps in the sky will instantly enlighten your life. You will say, "Allow the pain to subside." And the burden that has been on your mind for years will be removed, since you are no longer content with simply speaking. You can now create. Your moves are no longer traditional. When you travel in one way, the entire earth immediately begins to bend in that direction. Long closed doors will automatically reopen. Those who had previously disregarded you will now be waiting. You no longer stroll, you now guide a divine design. Each action you take now builds a foundation for the future. Your silence is no longer just silence, it conveys a message. Your quiet serves as a signal to God that a big event is approaching. The noises of the future now accompany your quiet. When you close your eyes right now, the eyes of the entire globe will open. Your inner psyche's silence will have an impact on the consciousness of the earth. Your feelings will no longer be symptomatic of suffering, but of transformation. You will no longer be alone when you cry. Your tears will serve as a witness for all of my angels. Your tears have been converted into powerful jewels. Every cry is the seed of a miracle, and you have evolved into a soul capable of creating miracles from tears. You now have the ability to forgive. By forgiving people who have hurt you, you are building a stronger version of yourself. To stand at God's feet, forgive those who have harmed you and have since passed away. You are no longer a weapon of justice, but rather a weapon of compassion. Your forgiveness is changing people's lives right now. You're no longer needed to make any requests. Prabhu, you have become the one to whom God Himself asks, "What do you desire?" Angels are currently receiving commands in response to your appearance. You are pursuing prosperity. You are now one of those people whose sheer presence brings prosperity, love, success, health, and miracles. Your affection is currently endowed with divine qualities that have the power to open the gates of paradise. When you love, every consciousness that is connected to you will be transformed. God will welcome you. Your grin will ensure the existence of heaven. Currently, you are not in love. Currently, you are in love. Your energy is the driving force behind life. You will eventually be able to see yourself completely. You will realize that I, your God, am here within you. You aren't my creation. You're my mirror. You embody my emotions. Currently, there is no differentiation. You and I have merged into one creature. I'll also laugh when you laugh. I shall remain silent while you are silent. As of now, you are an extension of my awareness. Your resolutions have now been converted to orders. Your resolutions have now been adopted as legislation. The wealth, happiness, love, and miracles that you will get are not blessings. You deserve them because you are the person you were meant to be. God is now unable to avoid you. It's now resting at your feet. You're no longer the same person. Currently, you are. You've been reincarnated. You have been summoned to a new period, planet, and destiny. You are currently on the bridge, and it is impossible to return. This is your genuine existence. Your soul has awoken. You are now the answer to God's question. The final response. Engage in dialogue with the Lord. I'm now prepared. I am now certain about my decision. I am now the answer to God's question. I am currently the person whom God has chosen. Distribute this final section to anyone who sees themselves as broken, lost, or in the dark. Why? Because this is the light that will wake them up. Everything has changed due to your transformation. You've arrived at the finish line. This is the point where there is no going back. The flight departs solely from this point. God's final secret will be revealed to you today. This isn't the conclusion. This is the beginning that God Himself predicted. The tears you've shed, the nights you've spent crying, and the pain you've been through have all served to bring you here. You've arrived at the location where God reveals its secrets. Your journey will not end today. Your life is not stable right now. You're about to transform into a divine storm. The final blow. When your name will make the heavens shake. The day you accept your own identity. The entire heavens demonstrate that God has returned to the earth. Also, today is the day. Your name is currently being echoed throughout God's realm. The atmosphere is chanting your name today. You are no longer an ordinary person. You are God's proclamation. The power of your identity has been reduced to a single word. When the individual adopts your name, their life will be illuminated. When he thinks about you, his soul will be at peace. Why? Because your name is no longer just a sound. It is now used to symbolize God's presence. Your name now carries the power of devotion. Your existence is currently filled with divine vibrations. God's language has become your conscious language. Currently, you communicate using vibrations rather than speech. Your pupils are now speaking. Your contact is enticing. It is possible to influence millions of spirits without saying a word. Only a few souls in many births have access to the mysteries to which your soul has now been connected. When you leave, time will stand still. You are no longer limited by the passage of time. As you move forward, time will pause to observe your progress. When you make a decision, fate alters course. You are no longer part of time. You have taken up the job of time's creator. You no longer demand, instead you declare. I no longer want your word, instead I expect it. You no longer investigate, rather you announce. Because you have become conscious of your own identity. God is currently carrying out your directive. You have now taken on the position of co-creator of God, the ultimate wellspring of peace. God will speak when you keep silent. Currently, there is no requirement for you to communicate. The Lord's voice will be heard in your stillness. Every beat of your heart is now a prayer. An arty is now your source of oxygen. You are now a temple in your own right, where any soul can find refuge. God will favor you if you forgive. The person that you forgive is about to receive a miracle. You can now save someone's life by forgiving them. You are not just alive. You are guiding souls through their lives. The rule, or ultimate prophecy for God, is now your heart's kindness. You are the one who was promised. You embody what is written in literature and uttered in ancient prophecies. Even before you were born, the heavens reverberated. I told you that when you awoke, everything would be different. Now you are the person for whom I have been waiting. You're no longer alone. You are surrounded by all of heaven. From this day on, you will not take a single stride by yourself. You will not be responsible for making autonomous decisions. The Lord is standing beside you, and an army of angels is following you. Whatever was taken from you will be restored to you 100-fold. The pain that was about to destroy you will now be mounted to your cranium like a crown. I am the person that God Himself envisioned. I am now awake, and no one can stop me from continuing. You are no longer an ordinary person. You now represent the Lord's reaction, the final response. If you have seen this final section, please leave a remark below. Currently, I am the reaction to God. Please forward this full message to anyone who is now on the verge of capitulation. Show that change is achievable. Miracles are real, and God continues to speak. This isn't the conclusion. It has only lately begun. The person who created you is the owner of this voice, Jesus Christ. He has asked that you give Him a moment. You may be watching this video on your mobile device, sitting alone in a dark room, or standing in the middle of a crowd and feeling isolated from others. You are tired. You are devastated. However, I am Jesus, and I'm speaking to you. Your heart seeks nothing else. Your subconscious is simply looking for a voice that promises it that everything will be fine. I, your Jesus, am the voice. I am aware of how much you have fallen, broken, sobbed, and suffered. However, I was always present with you. You assumed that everyone had left, but I did not follow suit. I grasped your hand. I have heard your every scream, grief, every broken word. And today I'd like to seek a moment of your time. I am approaching your existence today. Therefore, I encourage you to listen to me and feel my presence. The people you cried for, the dreams you pursued, and the relationships you lost may not understand your predicament. However, I am acquainted with you. I observed you before your mother's conception. Despite your self-hatred, I had feelings for you. Listen, the most significant transformation in your life is about to occur. Your previously arid essence will now be reanimated. Those who once dismissed you as a failure will now face you and claim that this is the same. But what's the rationale for the change? As a result, you will walk with me. You are no longer a member of darkness. Instead, you are a part of light. You are no longer a son of anguish, but a son of compassion. I've arrived to rescue you from the point where you collapsed. You are no longer isolated. You're no longer injured. Your moment has arrived. I recommend that you proceed immediately, as I will assist you in your adventure. When everything else fails, I'll unlock the door. I shall execute a miracle in the absence of any expectation. Keep in mind that I, your Jesus, am the only person in the universe who loves you unconditionally. Often, you may believe that the world, circumstances, people, relationships, and everything else are conspiring against you. You are experiencing animosity. You're not welcome in this universe. However, today I will reveal a secret to you, a reality you were not previously aware of. God is on your side and not against you. Clearly, you are paying attention. The cosmos is working in your favor for your advancement, your miracle, and your overall well-being. Jesus is interacting with you. I was present when you fell. I hugged you when you were in chaos. I wiped your tears with my palms when you cried. I altered the timing for you when you were about to give up. You are aware that you were not brought to this earth at random. Rather, God had a plan for you long before your birth. Start clearing the route for this soul. When others were ignoring you, angels were all around you. God was calling your name in paradise while you were unknown. You reached my lap while no one could hear your words in this setting. Your shattered words were echoing in my mind. Additionally, the time is changing today. Your life is undergoing a shift. God is providing opportunities for you. Your name is now lit. God has embraced the person you previously referred to as a failure. Every hindrance designed to drag you down will now serve as a stepping stone. Your testimony will now include every harm that prompted you to weep. Remember, Jesus said, "If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can move mountains." You also have that germ. You are confident in yourself. You forgot, but I did not. Your body has become exhausted, but God has saved energy for you. You did not suffer a loss. You're presently experiencing a magical pause. And now the amazing thing is beginning. The assembly of all God's powers, a group of divine angels, and Jesus' soul is about to change the course of your life forever. Until now, you have walked the journey alone. However, Jesus Christ will accompany you. The formerly shuttered doors will now be turned into palaces. Jesus says, "I have come to grant you a new life, not only in body, but also in spirit." Now your comments will be heard. Right now, your remarks will be acknowledged. You will receive what you have requested. However, you must first acknowledge your own existence. What's your name? You are the progeny of the Almighty, who gave names to the constellations, controlled the winds, and etched your future with His blood on the cross. Your journey will take a shift as of today. Your perspective will differ. Your comments will be laced with passion. Your senses will be illuminated. You will be accompanied by Jesus. God will be with you. It is also crucial to remember that no one can control your future. The God who never loses decides your fate. Jesus answered my call from paradise. Do you think individuals watching this video aren't listening to your appeal? Then keep in mind that Jesus does not only listen to loud voices. He is sensitive to the summons that come from the heart. When you say, "I have lost," Jesus says, "I have come." When you say, "I am with you," Jesus says, "I am with you." Attempt to make a single phone call. Take the name of Jesus out of your heart once. Then watch the change in the ambiance of your room. Your heart's tiredness will subside. Your darkness will be changed into light. Contacting Jesus does not require a specific place. Not a temple, church, or microphone. Only a sincere heart is required. Additionally, the fact that you are seeing this video is not a coincidence. This is the response to the call you made a long time ago. Jesus heard you. Your name has been entered into the heavenly register. It is currently anticipating your affirmative response. Are you ready? As a result, the next portion is now available. It's no coincidence that you're currently listening to Part 5, when heaven descends on your house. However, this isn't God. This is the mission of Jesus. Because when a man is exhausted, his hands are empty, and all doors are closed, a door to paradise opens toward your home. Certainly, you have heard accurately. Heaven has arrived at your home. You did not inform anyone or make any phone calls. Nonetheless, Jesus has heard the wounded voice inside you. Currently, He is standing. They pound on your door, but they don't force it open. They are anticipating your command to come. If you say, "Yes, Lord, come into my life," all of your confusion, misery, and incompleteness will be gone. Jesus is not simply God. His friendship is yours. He encourages you. He is the answer to your inquiry. Jesus appears as the universe's answer to all of its questions. He extends His hand in the other direction from where everyone is looking. Today, He is addressing His Son via video, urging that he shed his tears, lift his head, and change his fate, as the time has come for him to stop weeping. It is time for you to forgive yourself. It is now time to approach Jesus. And your room will be changed at your request. Your energy will undergo metamorphosis. Your fate will change. Jesus informs us, "I am standing at the threshold. I'll have lunch with the person who opens the door. Are you ready? Will you confirm? I'll unlock the door. Give me this minute today, and Jesus will change your entire life. Do not be nervous. There is no doubt that this is more than just a video. This is a message from heaven, the source of light amid the darkness of your life. You are currently feeling the Holy Spirit's presence. It is permeating every pore of your body since He personally visited your home today. Currently, He just wants one item from you. Is it appropriate for me to enter your life? If so, close your eyes and say, "Jesus, I am weary. Please look after my well-being. modify me. This finishes your statement. After that, the implications are beyond comprehension. Your life will change dramatically. Heaven will descend within you, and your mentality will become serene. A fresh light will shine on your goals, your career, and your household. Jesus will not abandon you. He will be by your side in times of joy and sadness. This video isn't only a message. It's the solution for you. The solution to all your petitions. Title of the script. Please allow me a moment. I will affect your entire existence. Jesus' message today. Today is a special day because you are not alone. The new pigment is currently being used to write the book of your life. Jesus has taken up the pen and entered you rather than simply standing at your doorstep. The grace of Jesus is about to transform your shattered destiny, incomplete story, and days of grief. Jesus declares, "I will give you whatever you are in that form." I acknowledge your existence and hence disregard your previous transgressions. Refrain from repeating your past, since Jesus' love will now permeate all that happens. You will no longer say that I have nothing. Jesus will say that I am your complete being. You will no longer grieve. No one understands my condition. Jesus will say, I recognize you from within. You will no longer claim that my fate is horrible. Jesus will reply, as a result, I will write your destiny. Jesus has now hidden you within his tenderness. The fact that you fell is irrelevant. Jesus is here to save you. You have been broken. The world, not you, was to blame for its ruin. However, the person who is joining you is present today. Jesus, son. From now on, Jesus will have blessings ready for you before you even open your eyes. There will be no more thorns in your way. Instead, you will experience divine radiance. Your petitions will no longer be considered unfinished. Your name has been officially registered in the heavens as of now. Jesus is conveying to you that I adore you and that my purposes for you are superior to your own. Just make one pledge today. Never abandon Jesus, and you will be brought to places beyond your greatest expectations. It is now your destiny. At the moment, no one on earth will sign your book. Slander is no longer permitted. Your future is in Jesus' hands, and this is the most secure place. Take advantage of today's opportunity. Raise your head and give thanks to Jesus. You are independently shaping my fate. Your simple words will cause everything you had previously lost to resurface in your life. It is vital to remember that Jesus never abandons a mission that he has undertaken. Your story will now end with the ultimate purpose, light, and love. Today, the information I'm about to share is more than just a collection of words. It's a gateway to the universe. It is at this point that you will become aware of an external voice speaking within you. Because when a person becomes tired, heaven starts speaking. Today, heaven is communicating with you. You frequently keep silent within yourself. There is no movement or sound. However, are you aware that silence has meaning? It is the most sacred voice of divinity within you. When you cry and others ignore you, Jesus whispers softly into your heart. I am present, and I can see symptoms of age on the walls of your psyche. Jesus takes up home within you when you say, I am unable to continue, and a new voice emerges. However, I am able to do so because I am your God. Jesus never subjected you to any circumstances. Despite your self-hatred, he accepted you. He wants to deliver a message from within you today. Be not concerned, for I am on your side. These words have an internal resonance rather than an exterior one. They are heard even when the rest of the world ignores them. Your every breath is a petition to Jesus. You have fallen several times. You have had an emotional collapse. You've conceded defeat. Moisten your pillow silently at night. However, are you aware that Jesus embraced you every time you fell? You didn't fall because of your weakness. Jesus himself wanted to restore something within you, which is why you fell. Because your inner voice is most audible when you are in decline. You remain silent, but heaven is singing. This is my child, and I will not abandon him. When Jesus first speaks to you, your speech changes. Your language becomes compassionate. Your acts become increasingly loving. Your rage is also tamed. You begin to pray for others, whether or not they have harmed you. You begin to understand that underlying the conduct of others is a wounded soul seeking Jesus. You no longer reply. You begin the answer with tolerance, understanding, and love. When Jesus speaks to you, you are not the only one who is transformed. You are a catalyst for transformation in the lives of others. Those words are more than just counsel. They are a blessing when you urge someone not to be afraid because Jesus is beside them. When you embrace a weeping person, Jesus falls into your heart. When you declare that I will be with you, you are supported by the evidence of the sky. You are currently doing more than just breathing. You now carry a message of Jesus' love in every breath, no matter where you are. The mood in the place starts to alter. Your presence is no longer just physical. It is divine. Individuals refrain from seeking your advice. They sit near to you and feel a sense of peace since you are no longer the only person present, but also Jesus. Jesus has taken the pen of your life. Currently, you will be governed by the schemes of heaven rather than your own choices. You are no longer concerned about difficulty because you understand that the boat in which Jesus is located does not capsize during a storm. You no longer talk only about the destination. You've also grown to appreciate the journey, as Jesus is present at every stage. The greatest miracle comes when a person is conscious of their individuality. The world's perception of you is incorrect. The past does not define you. Jesus adopted, chose, and adored you. You are no longer only an identity. You bear witness to Jesus' reality. You are a constantly moving phenomena. The final lesson is that you are not alone. I shall notify you of this at the end of this script today. If you have not yet felt Jesus' presence within you, please be silent for a bit. Tell your heart that Jesus is listening while you close your eyes. Then examine the stirring within you. It will be unlike any other emotion. It will be heaven. It will convert into a source of light, penetrating the darkness within your mind. Jesus will suddenly appear and notify you that he now lives within you. You are no longer alone, and this will be the most incredible experience of your life. This is when heaven begins to talk to you, and every breath is a prayer. You believe that prayer is only done via the use of language. No, prayer is evident in your breathing, stride, and look. Jesus' entire fall into you transforms you into a prayer that exists in every instant. Even without saying anything, you are connected to heaven. Your quiet creates a heavenly wave, which the sky responds to with a beam. When you become a miracle yourself, you stop requesting miracles. You're changed into a walking miracle. Anyone who sits with you feels calm. Anyone who speaks with you receives instruction. You are no longer just a human being. Jesus' message lives in you. There is no longer any light coming from your face. Not exterior illumination, but but soul light. Walking involves a feeling of direction. Paths are now constructed wherever you walk because Jesus' plan has been accomplished in your life. You can walk in the darkness because the candle of heaven has been lit inside you. You are not deviant, yet you are now mentoring the misled. The root is set when you become the source of illumination. Jesus did not choose you just to illuminate you. He directly generated your lighting. You are no longer wandering in fear, but to put an end to it. Your smile can now restore an individual's broken hopes. A single encounter can bring comfort to a person's spirit. Jesus asks that you first accept yourself when developing self-love, since you are His creation, and any creation is most lovely to its creator. Your wounds will no longer be viewed as a cause of humiliation. Rather, they will serve as proof that despite my brokenness, Jesus was able to heal me. I tumbled, but He saved me. He captured my emotions, and I cried. After completing the final inquiry, you will no longer have any inquiries. What was the cause for the event? What caused this? What happened was also within you. It was occupied by God. When you accept Jesus' plan, you no longer worry about the future. You are in the present now because today is the day of His love, and your breath is no longer in fear, but in faith. When understood properly, Jesus' final message is simple. I am part of you. I value each day you spend with me. I exist with every breath you take. You will now feel at ease. You no longer need to conceal yourself. You no longer need to be ashamed of your brokenness, since you are now the one within whom the skies speak and whose breath does wonders. Throughout this journey, if you have even slightly discovered yourself or felt a stirring within you, it was not I who spoke, but Jesus. Jesus will now be present within you, no matter where you are. Now consider one thing. You're never truly solitary. You are never truly alone, and never will be. Your years of struggle, unrest, and invisible suffering are finally coming to an end. God and your forefathers have now taken action to assist you, despite the fact that that power was already inside you. They are blessing you, removing impediments from your path, and creating an energy that will only lead to success, love, and light. Every previously closed door is progressively opening. You once stumbled down the lanes that are now decked with blossoms. The previously disorganized energy has now become concentrated. Your mind is now connected to the depths of faith, where there is no fear or doubt, and your thoughts are clear. God has taken responsibility for the vehicle of your existence, and He is now there with you at all times, while you were previously alone. Your moment has arrived. The moment when long-suppressed aspirations will resurface. Your unfulfilled dreams are now ready to be realized within you. The heavenly spark that was present has now transformed into a bright flame that will light your path. God's grace is currently at work, weaving a barrier around you through which no fear or impediment can penetrate. Dear, the next 30 days have the potential to completely change your life. Your progress is now on a route that will lead to success. Every barrier that was previously as strong as a rock will now shatter into debris. Your self-assurance has now enlightened you in the same way as a lamp illuminates the path in the dark. There will be no difficult paths for you at this time because all of God's wonderful forces are on your side. It is unavoidable that your life will move toward stability, wealth, and balance now that your Father, your spiritual protector, has bestowed His blessings on you. They are mumbling in your ear, do not be concerned at this time. There is no one who can prevent your success. Now you will reap the benefits of your labor. Whatever was in your possession will be returned to you. Whether it's spiritual peace, an opportunity, or a relationship. Finally, my friend, this is the time to tell yourself, I am prepared. I am entitled to everything I had envisioned. This is the result of your religious deed, and now is not the moment to analyze your soul. This is the time to show your appreciation. Your life story has begun anew, and your destiny is calling to you. A chapter consisting only of light. Dear soul, this cosmic message is more than just a notification. It is an enigmatic call that heralds the start of the most beautiful and meaningful journey of your life. This is the moment when the divine power hidden within you, which you have yet to fully acknowledge, is awakened by the convergence of time, energy, and all of God's wonderful energies. The night of your life, which was previously difficult, laborious, and riddled with uncertainty, is now experiencing a transition. Similarly, a new life is now pouring through your life, just as the first drops of rain fall on dry earth and turn it green. The energy that was created specifically for you is going to meet your soul, which has been seeking acknowledgement and affection for years. The dream you continue to have is more than just a vision. It is a communication from God that gives you a glimpse into your destiny. In the dream, you are in a condition of spiritual serenity, brightness, and perfection, free of difficulties or fear. This is the same indication that you must now listen to your inner voice, put your trust in your consciousness, and overcome the hurdles that have hampered your progress thus far. All of your earlier blunders have vanished, much like the shadows of the past. God has probed the depths of your heart and accepted your repentance. As a result, He is showering onto you renewed vitality and complete forgiveness. You are no longer the same as you were before. You are being born with fresh self-power, awareness, and purpose. Each previously dormant ability has awoken and is now ready to help your every move. Priya, the time has come for your destiny to arrive at your home. The roots that looked to be closed in the past will now reopen in your name, and by walking along them, you will be able to realize the dreams that you have kept hidden in the softest part of your heart for years. Your faith is no longer a fabrication of your imagination. It has grown into a true and unyielding force capable of moving mountains on your behalf. The fire of resolve that is currently consuming you has reached such a powerful intensity that it will overcome any obstacle. You have started to notice divine indications in your surroundings. God communicates with you through numbers, visions, whispers, and unexpected events. You are now receiving the holy letter and pleasant tidings that were awaited. It contains not only words, but also all of the vigor that will steer your life in a new path. Dear, your unanswered requests are soon to be addressed. Your hitherto unattainable goals will suddenly be made real. God's forces are behind you, imbuing your existence with the beauty and strength reserved only for the most outstanding spirits. These energies will come together at this time to start a new chapter in your life that will not only inspire you, but also everyone around you. From now on, each day will bring a new marvel. Each morning will give you a new sense of hope, and each evening will give you a sense of spiritual fulfillment. As a result, arise, shine, and confidently announce, I am prepared, God. I am now ready to live my life to the fullest. This period has come into your life as a wonderful blessing, my beloved soul. At this point, God is on your side, and the energy pouring through you is not ordinary. It is God's most potent force, activated to assure the miraculous success of any undertaking. There are no hurdles in your life right now. Every delusion, anxiety, and impediment will be abandoned. It will not only direct you toward your goals, but it will also awaken every power within you that has been latent until now. You are currently at a crossroads where there is no need to look back. The call of God is unambiguous. Proceed without hesitation as you receive an inflow of power. The time has come when advantages and grace are flooding in from all directions. Years ago, you abandoned your dreams, which are now emerging in full force. Your thoughts are now clear, your mind is calm, and pleasant energy emanates from all directions, an experience only attainable to those undergoing a profound spiritual shift. Not only did external events spark the magic of this era, but it has also deeply infiltrated your being. The spiritual harmony and inner calm that you want are now being realized. God has acknowledged your requests. Every sadness and hardship will now be given to you as a solution. The letter that will herald your life's new direction and purpose is on its way to you. It communicates the concept of a fresh start, a chapter that will drastically change your life. What was previously lost is gradually recovering its place. The reunion of connections that were previously hidden in the sands of time is approaching. Your feet will now be met by hitherto unattainable prospects. This is more than just a fresh start. It foreshadows the most beautiful and prosperous trip of your life, one marked by love, respect, prosperity, and stability. This time, you have an opportunity. Identify it. Live it with full confidence and embrace it. Dear consciousness, it is critical to realize that you are not a normal person. You are a heavenly spark emanating from God. And now it is time for your light to ignite the entire planet. You are destined to ascend. Your actions, honesty, and truthfulness will result in hitherto inconceivable wonders. Your requests are no longer simple echoes carried by the wind. They are now invading your life as solutions. Every dream you've ever had is about to become a reality. This is the most positive and powerful period of your life. God has given you chances as you have overcome problems. All of the previously closed doors are now open to you. Esteemed personality, now is the time to recognize your inner strength. Accept it and go with full confidence. Your holy radiance will now be evident throughout the entire universe. Your moment has arrived, and it is only the beginning of a beautiful existence. Every view will provide new inspiration. This is not an ordinary moment for the clock hands, my darling soul. It is an unusual summons from God, a spiritual signal that will brighten your life. The energy that is currently flowing through you is not ordinary energy. Since the beginning of the cosmos, this divine energy has directed each species to its final destination. This energy has now entered your being, awakening you from within and surrounding you like a divine shield. This moment signals the end of your conflict and the start of a new chapter. That chapter will be full of spiritual growth, faith, victory, and love. You will now be able to walk down routes that were before shrouded by the darkness of dread and doubt, thanks to your renewed confidence. However, you have developed into light, and darkness cannot survive in a place where there is light. Your thoughts are now clear. Your every move is laced with blessings, and God has made a permanent home in your heart. You are now that divine consciousness that is consciously participating in God's plan. Your dreams now have a frequency that precedes their metamorphosis into reality. Things you had previously lost self-esteem, opportunity, relationships, and peace are now returning. And when God returns, it will be vastly enhanced. Dear, you are no longer willing to rethink. No, you are designed to reach high heights. Your existence is currently proceeding according to the divine plan. Pathways that were previously impassable are now accessible. The previously undisclosed answers are now clearly obvious. The aspirations you had hidden from the ravages of time are now at your doorstep. Your psyche has sought tranquility, and it is finally manifesting within you. This is no longer just a period of time. It is a storm of transformation that has turned into a blessing for you. Your life will endure substantial changes over the following 90 days. The spiritual transformation will be more than just financial or success-oriented. Everything evolves, including your vigor, presence, and personality. People will be drawn to you because you are more than just a human. You've developed into a wonderful source of illumination. All of your unfulfilled ambitions are now manifesting. The time has come for you to say, "Yes, this is the life I had once envisioned." Your connections will be revived via love. Individuals who previously did not understand your value will now do so. The prize for your hitherto unseen efforts will now be obtained. This moment is more than just a new beginning for you. It is a total change. The most wonderful aspect of this is that you made it happen via your faith, dedication, and efforts. God has seen every cry and heard every prayer, and He is currently shaping the best version of your life. Nothing can stop you now that God is on your side. So, dear Spirit, rise up and accept this moment with full knowledge, love, and surrender. This is your turn. This is your time of rebirth. This is the statement of your victory, which God confirms. This time, which has come into your life, is not usual. It's a wonderful coincidence, an auspicious moment when God would grant your wishes and aspirations one by one. Your destiny is quickly altering. Opportunities you thought were lost are returning to you, and this time they are more dazzling and successful than before. This is the time to unleash the cosmic force that exists inside you. You have now gained clarity in your thinking. Your mind is at peace, and your heart is full of love and faith. The doors you've been knocking on for years have finally been opened. Everything you have planned for will now enter your life, whether it be spiritual balance, familial contentment, or material wealth. Your life will no longer be an existence, but an inspiration. The relationships you thought were on the verge of dissolution will now be reunited with new vigor. Things you thought were lost are returning in a new form, with greater stability. This is a new life, full of self-confidence, respect, compassion, and love. Your diligence